Hey, what's up guys, it's Shin here. In today's video, we're going to go over Normatec compression boots. I've been seeing them more and more in different rehab settings. They claim to have some evidence-based health benefits like increasing blood circulation and decreasing the delayed onset of muscle soreness as much as possible. So we will go over all that. We'll go over when and how they should be utilized in recovery and what those health benefits really are. And so by then, at the end of this video, you'll be able to decide for yourself whether it's worth the investment or not. I know the one that we're looking at right now, Normatec 3, is going for about $800, and Normatec Go, which is the portable version of the Normatec compression boots that's easier to use for traveling, is going for about $400. And so they are pretty expensive. They're made by Hyperice, which is a company that makes hypervolt massage guns. And I know Hyperice makes a lot of tools for athletes and patients in rehab setting for recovery. So this will be interesting. Make sure you stick around till the end of the video to find out more about the Normatec compression boots. So this is just a slide or a picture that I got from their website. These are the things that they promote: robust recovery, intuitively designed, customized for your body, improved mobility. We'll go over this, but Normatec compression boots, they promote circulation in your legs, right? So that kind of leads to reducing the delayed onset of muscle soreness as much as possible. We can't stop it from happening, right? But we can reduce it to the best of our abilities. It's also designed to have reduced weight for easy traveling. I've used this before in a PT clinic, and they can be heavy. Maybe they came up with a solution for easy traveling, and they're nicely tucked and packed in an easy bag to travel with, but from my experience, they weren't so easy to carry around. You also need a pretty big chair that reclines to use it. I guess you can use it on a couch, but I think it's better if you have your legs elevated. Customized for your body and improved mobility through science. And this is really how it works. If you look at the diagram here, there's different zones. So it starts very distally at the end. So it starts at your foot, and then after it pulses, it holds that, and then it moves up to the next zone. So distally to proximally, just like how massages work. When you do a massage to reduce some swelling, for example, or to improve your lymphatic flow and venous return up to your heart again, that's how it works, right? And so it has the same mechanism there. And this is the study that I wanted to introduce to you guys here that was done in 2017. It says Normatec devices helped reduce select skeletal muscle oxidative stress and proteolysis markers during recovery from heavy resistance exercise. So this kind of ties into reducing the delayed onset of muscle soreness as much as possible in that recovery phase. And here's another study that was done in 2023. Extracellular water content did not change after pneumatic compression device treatment in healthy individuals. So people who used the Normatec compression boots and people who didn't use the compression boots, and they were both healthy individuals, the extracellular water content, which is a good way to measure swelling, did not change. There were no differences. Now, I will say, if you are a serious athlete and every degree of range of motion, every degree of mobility matters in your performance, whether that ties into sprinting, jumping, landing, yes, this is going to be very crucial. But if you're just a healthy individual or a patient in a physical therapy clinic where you're looking to just get some recovery time in after your workouts, I don't think reducing swelling is your top priority, personally. But it seems like research show that it wasn't making any difference anyways. And so that's just something to note. Moving on to the next research here, it shows that the blood markers of inflammation, specifically interleukin 6, interleukin 10, and MCP1, these are just markers in our blood that shows that there's decent amount of inflammation, right? More than normal amount of inflammation. And that was measured before training, post-training, post-recovery. And in those 3 types of settings, they saw no difference between those groups, between those settings, in those 2 groups. They used the IPC, which is the intermittent pneumatic compression, and the non-IPC group, which is the non-IPC group, right? And so people who used the device, people who didn't use the device, they saw no difference in how much blood markers of inflammation there was. I will also add my thoughts into this slide and the study here. Inflammation is normal. Muscle tearing and micro tearing to some extent after workouts is normal because we're putting a decent amount of stress and tension through the muscle. You're gonna see some micro tears, and as they heal, right, that's how they get stronger. And so this isn't something that we want to necessarily prevent after working out. But again, it comes down to whether you are a serious athlete or not. And I say that serious athlete in a sense that you don't have a lot of time to recover in between your games or your meets, or however time you have to recover in between the times when you have to perform. If that time is short and your time is very precious during the recovery phase, we want to do anything we can do to promote that healing, right? And so that's why these devices are being made everywhere. But if you're someone who's getting treated in physical therapy, or if you are a weekend warrior, these aren't entirely necessary, right? And the research already shows that there has been no difference in between those 2 groups. And so something to think about, which kind of brings me to the last point here. Recovery is important. Recovery is just as important as putting the work in. How you get the recovery, though, is up to you. You need to find what works best for you, whether that's a sauna or an ice plunge or drinking lots of water. There is no one way to go about this, and it also depends on what your end goal is. Like I briefly mentioned about the athletes and how they have a short amount of time in between their games, maybe they need to do everything they can, right? To promote blood circulation, to increase that lymphatic flow so you can decrease the swelling and improve the venous return. It really depends on what your goal is and who you are as an individual. In my personal opinion, I think Normatec compression boots has its own place and time for its use. I think it's great for athletes who want to try to decrease that oxidative stress, like the research that we talked about in the very beginning showed, right? But if you're just another individual that likes to go to the gym or likes to participate in recreational leagues on the weekends, this isn't absolutely necessary. There are many other ways to get the same effects or even better effects using much cheaper modalities. But if it's something that you want to try, definitely go for it. I would like to, personally. So that is it for today. If there's any other modalities for recovery that you guys want me to talk about, or if you guys are curious about anything, please leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll be happy to talk about it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.